Call the meeting of the Development Review Board to order, July 17, 2018.
Okay, our first item on the agenda this evening are our minutes from last time.
Any changes? Charles?
I was going to make a motion to approve.
Okay, Charles moves. Barry seconds.
second it.
All in favor?
Okay. We do have a sign-up sheet, which has already been signed by all the folks here tonight, but it does include the following oath statement. I solemnly swear or affirm under the pains and penalty of perjury that the statements I make, testimony I give, and other evidence I submit to the board at the board's public hearing held on this day shall be true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Next item on our agenda is disclosure of any ex parte communications or conflicts of interest regarding the matter before us this evening.
Have any? Don't see any.
Okay, so we have the chamber here to present the 2018 Garlic Fest. They did present to the ARP last night. There were a couple of things that the ARP asked them to address, and they have done that. But the ARP asked that a presentation be given to the board this evening. So, Tom, Brenda, whoever wants to kick things off.
Okay, what actually was done since last night, Tom has taken this and we've taken all of our ideas, everything that's gone from our parking list, from our traffic list, everything has gone into the garlic site plan. And so on the first page that we're presenting to you, Charles asked us to actually show where the vendors were parking, where the handicap parking was, where motorcycles and volunteers and all general parking was, just so we could have a little better idea on that, a little better handle on that. As well, down on the bottom, we put on a new scale to make it a little bit easier so that if someone were to reduce the size of this drawing, this sketch, that you could actually figure out what the footage was. If we flip over to the second page, we talked a lot yesterday we talked about the traffic flow, the traffic pattern. We have had a meeting with the Bennington police as well as the sheriff's department. What our plan is for this year is to actually put in some alternate route signs, and you'll see that those are actually listed on that second page. And what they're going to do is it's going to alleviate a lot of the traffic that is right in front of Camelot Village or the site of the Garlic Fest. As well, you'll see on the top of that page on the left-hand side that there's a diagram. What worked several years, probably 3-4 years ago, for us was a 3-lane entrance to the property on Route 9. You can see here where we've listed this out again, so that we will have 3 separate lanes. Those will be for Route 9 West traffic, Route 9 East traffic, and festival parking turning lane. And so that way it'll be just a little bit easier. And when we've had the meeting with the police department as well as the sheriff's department, they are working on getting us some directional signs as well as the large electronic signs that are used for highway construction and those kinds of things so that we can better mark the route. So we've started all of this a lot earlier this year. So you can see on here where we put our alternate route, which would actually be down Monument Avenue, Walloomsac Road, and Gypsy Lane. And so that would be the alternate route. Then if we go over to the last page, we were asked yesterday to actually try to delineate things a little bit better so that you had a plan. We knew what it was, but we didn't have everything just exactly written out so that you could see it. So one of the things that was mentioned that you'll notice that we do have here is there are 5 locations in the parking lot where we do have porta potties. Those are circled, the pink rectangles that are circled. And we also do have another porta potty location that is right up near the gate. So it's near the yellow section on the far left. There's another one, but that's up near the entrance gate. So So we've really watched over the years, and we really think that this is a good plan, a good design for the porta potties, as funny as that sounds. We've watched at what gets filled up fastest and where we need to have them in the parking lot, and how much trash we need to pick up in the parking lot when we're done. Tom, is there anything else that you can
Other than
think of?
the Garlic Fest setup with the vendors, interior, the band and all, and that sort is pretty much tried and true and will be the same as it's been for several years. We pay very much attention, we're co-captains on parking, we pay very much attention to the parking because that's there's two large impacts this has on the town. The first is that somewhere around 12 or 15,000 people come to town, which we think is great. The second large impact is 12 or 15,000 people drive to town. That detour has been used in the past, but we have never actually signed it to not force the use of it, but to actually to identify it and provide the use, to provide that for people to go that way. We do notice that there are a lot of locals that will go that way. By having the 3 lanes, a through lane at the main entrance, the east entrance, to allow the through traffic to bleed off, as well as having that alternate route identified. We think that this year we'll do much better with the pressure. I'm kind of hedging because on the one hand, I hope we have 2 nice, beautiful days, Saturday and Sunday, to the extent where we see a whole lot of people come. And the hedging part is we got to make sure that we can, accommodate the traffic, which we believe this plan will.
Any questions? Jane?
I'm aware that when people exit out by Genesis, that if they try to turn to go into town,
Yes.
it's a disaster. And that those people should be directed to go Gypsy Lane, and I hope you'll tell the sheriffs
We
to
do that. What we have as a habit is when the exiting, there's a flip when we have 3 lanes coming in, and then we watch, and as we get, it looks like there's going to be more going out than coming in, we change our traffic pattern. And later in the afternoon, when there's pretty much everybody's going out, we actually, interior, we split the cars up if they want to go west, east, and so on. And we modify the eastbound lane and generally tell them to go out, go west, and take an immediate right on Gypsy Lane. And what we found we end up doing is just saying, follow the car ahead of you. Because pretty much everyone will do that and then go up around. And with a little bit of luck, they stop at mine.
if it's open.
If it's open.
Anyone else? Karen?
I would ask that you change the date for Dan's Coffee. This one's still got a 2011 date on it.
I'll do that. And just as a side note, footnote, we're going to have a new site plan that incorporates all of what's on here as much more readable and be professionally done. We've already touched base with someone who is a professional architect to provide one. I didn't realize this one was still 2011. I thought we had something a little more recent, but we'll change the date on this, and next year you'll have a professionally done one.
When you get it, give a copy to the other sheriffs. You're not surprised. They had it like this over the state. Just give them an update.
They're probably using ours.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Barry?
I'll move to approve with the exception of the date change.
Okay.
The stipulation, I change the date.
Charles seconds. All in favor? Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Nice change here.
Thank you very much.